Hi everyone, this is another quick prediction video, and this one is going to be for the Lombardia Trophy, which is also happening this weekend. So lots and lots of skating to watch this weekend. And this competition is going to actually be very, very competitive. We're going to have all four disciplines competing here: pairs, men, dance, and women. And some of the heavy hitters are starting their season at Lombardia. Is Lombardia considered to be the first official event of the Senior B? Is Lombardia the kickoff of the official season? Somebody let me know in the comment. But this is my quick prediction for Lombardia Trophy. So starting with pairs, based on the competitors that are competing and also based on what I would like to see, I think Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara should easily win this event if they're prepared, if they're healthy, and if they're able to do what they did from a couple of months ago at Worlds. This should be an easy win for them. In second place, and this is only because I want to see this, I don't know how far along they are in their preparation, but I'm going to put Annika Hockey and Robert Canal. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of this pair. She's a grown woman, he's a grown man. Together they are doing grown things. And so it also does the pair depend on what kind of material they have, but I'm a big fan of this pair and I would love to see them on the podium. In third place, I'm gonna put Maria Palova and Alexei Sweshikov. I did not like the packaging for this pair last season, but I do like their pair elements. They have a nice twist. They have good throws, and they have really, really good side-by-side jumps. Like Maria is the kind of determined, I'm gonna get this kind of pair partner that I love to see. She is a fighter. Her side-by-side jump is beautiful. So this pair has some really, really good pairs element. And I feel like if they get the right packaging this season, they can be a major contender in the conversation. In fourth place, I'm putting Rebecca Gilardi and Filippo Ambrosini. We already saw them at the John Nicks competition. Again, another pair that I'm like a huge fan of because their twists, their throws, their lifts, the in between skating for this pair is so wonderful. Unfortunately, she struggles with just like basic side by side jumps, like even a double toe. And despite all of the wonderful aspects that are to her skating, even if the side by side is not one of the biggest point earning elements, when the competition is really tight, that will definitely determine whether you're on the podium or off the podium. I'm hoping they come here and they skate clean, but we'll have to wait and see. In fifth place, I have Sarah Conti and Nicolo Marci. Last season was really rough for them. Last season was really rough for them. And this first outing is going to determine where they are mentally. Did they take last season and they were like, we're never going to let this happen again. We're going to get better from here on in? Or did last season derail them? We're going to be able to see this here. And then rounding up my top six is going to be the little South Korean um pair. Listen, I'm sorry, not South Korea. What am I doing? North Korea. North Korea every now and then sends a pair team and they surprise everyone. I remember like a couple of years ago, there was this North Korean pair that I absolutely adored. I don't know what happened to them, but there is a new North Korean pair team, and I'm really looking forward to see what they can do. So I'm gonna put them in my top six. Then we move on to the men. Good golly, the men is packed. The men is going to be, this is almost like a mini worlds. We have so many competitors here. Of course, right off the bat, if he's clean with the quad axel, Ilya Melanin should win this. However, if he is not clean, Yuma Kagiyama depending on how many quads does he have this season. Because remember, he was still coming back from injury, so his team was taking it slowly adding the quads back in. So how many quads does he have this season? Is he coming with a full 5 quad arsenal? And if he comes with a full 5 quad arsenal, and then he comes with beautiful programs like he did last season, how close does the competition begin? How much will Ilya have to do? So definitely I'm putting Ilya first, but I'm putting Yuma right there as a close second. In third place, I'm going to put Kalmura, because Kal is a very consistent skater. He's not my favorite Japanese skater. He's not really my cup of tea as a skater, mostly because I don't really like his materials. I feel like Kyle has yet to have a material aside from like the Beauty and the Beast, which was just like cringy in the best way. But other than the Beauty and the Beast, Kyle hasn't really had a material where I'm like, oh my god, this is wonderful. But he is a very consistent skater. He's mostly a clean skater, and he has the jumps. He has the jumps, so I could definitely see him on the podium if he's clean. However, if he's not clean, a skater that is one of my favorite skaters, Alexander Selevko, who just had a fabulous season last year, I can definitely see him coming in here and getting on the podium. If other skaters do not do what they need to do, I can definitely see Selevsko coming in here and being on the podium. Then in fifth place, and also a possible medal contender, because you never know, is Shun Soto. I like Shun. I've liked him since he was a junior. I've liked his skating since he was a junior. He's making wave slowly but surely as a senior. Shun Soto is the kind of skater that I think with, again, the right program, really could push his way up on the podium. So again, if the other skaters are not clean here, Shun Soto can definitely get on the podium. In sixth place, I'm gonna put Juyeon Len. This was a skater that I really liked as a junior. He was so animated in the kiss and cry, him and his coach. They were so cute. He has good skating skill, that good South Korean jump technique, and he's very entertaining in the kiss and cry. So definitely want to see what he can do. So I'm putting him in sixth place. In seventh place, I'm putting Mark Gorodowski. I thought he was going to be competing way earlier in the season. We didn't see him. I'm hoping it has nothing to do with injury, that it had, maybe it was a flight delay or whatever. But because we didn't get to see him earlier this season, I don't know where he is in terms of his preparedness. So I'm putting him in seventh place, but he can go much higher depending on where things go. I'm putting Jimmy Ma in eighth place because I love Jimmy Ma. I do. I love his skating. I love his entertainment. But we all know with the consistency. He surprised me at his first outing this year, and I'm hoping Jimmy continues to surprise me. But for now, I'm putting him in eighth place. Nika Egeza, he's going to be there with Iteri, stroking his knees. I hope for the love of God he's not ripping his shirt open a la Moulin Rouge this season. Now, I will be honest, guys, Nika will probably be much higher um, in the competition. He might be like fourth or fifth, or maybe even on the podium because he does have good jumps. However, Spen's skating skills, composition, program, all of these things, from what I've seen from him so far, I have not seen it. However, we all know that the 30 bonus is alive and well, and I don't know how far the judges will put him. We'll have to wait and see. But for me personally, based on what I saw from him last season, I would put him in ninth place. In 10th place, I would put Francois Pinot. He is a junior skater, very French in his skating, very interesting, very entertaining, and he's kind of doing that transition into seniors. I don't know how much he's grown this season, so we have to wait to see that and how much that growth has affected him. So we'll have to wait and see that, but definitely I'm going to put him in 10th place and see. And then in 11th place, I'm going to put Vladimir Letvinsev. This is a skater that has really nice jumps. but has yet to deliver to his full potential. He might have a good short, but then not a so great long, or he might bomb the short and then come back in the long. So I feel like with him, it's the consistency and the ability to skate two clean programs that's going to determine how far he goes. Then we're moving on to the ice dance. Guys, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know how bad some of these rhythm dance is going to be because I've been watching the juniors and some of it is pretty bad. And it's not the skaters, it's the choreographers. They gave the choreographers 3 decades of music to pick from. And you get to hear the same songs over and over and over again. The laziness of the choreographers is so depressing because this is your job, this is your art, you're getting paid for it. But this cut, paste, and repeat is just, and I don't know how much we're going to see in the seniors competition. So for me, I feel like it's just going to be a question of whose rhythm dance is the least horrendous. That's how I'm going into this. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope we get some wonderful, fabulous rhythm dance, but I'm setting my expectations low so that I'm not disappointed too much. So obviously, this should be an easy win in the dance for Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri, coming off of a world medal, coming off of a relatively good season. And I've said this many times. I am not always a fan of Charlene and Marco's materials. I love Barbara Fusopoli. I think she should get some outside help. I think she should outsource the creations of the program. But Barbara, being who she is, she wants to be in control of every aspect. So we're going to get another Barbara special. Now, what is that Barbara special going to look like is really going to determine how far the this Italian pair could go. Now, I guess what they can say is I've already seen Lila and Lewis in their free dance and it wasn't great. So the door is open for Charlene and Marco. The question is, will Barbara help them take advantage of that? But as far as this competition goes, I think it should be an easy win for them. I'm going to go and make a very controversial pick. For my second place, I'm putting Leah Nasset and Adam Makalov. I know they're a junior pair making their debut in their senior competition this season. But their rhythm dance is pretty good comparatively to what else we have. And their free dance is lovely. I feel like if everybody else has a hot mess of a rhythm dance, they do their rhythm dance clean, they do their free dance clean. This may be one of the best junior debuts that we have because they have 2 good programs. The rest of it, guys, I really don't know. I'm just guessing. I would say Lou Terras and Noe Perron maybe in third place. But then in third place, we could also have Caroline Sassus and Shane Ferris. They decided to say bye-bye, au revoir, au Canada, and went to Ireland. Good for them. Now they're getting to compete at everything. And then in fifth place, only because I've already seen their program and their programs are not great, but they're not the worst, I'll put Annabelle Morozov and Jeffrey Chen. Let's see what happens there. And in sixth place, maybe Charisse Matele and Max Libers. I don't know about dance, guys. My expectation for dance is pretty low. We'll have to wait and see. But then we get to the women. The women could be so exciting. We could have so much fun because I feel like it's wide open. I'm going to put Kaori Sakamoto in first place, but I'm going to say this. Kaori is not an early part of the year skater. She has been beaten at the start of the year before. I'm never really worried for Kaori because she's a slow burn type of skater, and the goal is always to get her to peak at Worlds. So even if she doesn't do so well at this event, I'm not going to be that worried about her, but I'm still going to put her here to win it because she is our world champion. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. In second place, I'm going to go with Sarah Everhart. If she can repeat what she did in her first competition this season, I don't see why she would not be in the podium. She's got the girthy jumps that I'm so thirsty for. You guys know how thirsty I get for a girthy jump. I want my jumps to mean something. And Sarah's jumps mean something. Yes, the skating skills, the performance, the rest of it is a little lacking, but she's really young. She could learn. With jumps like that, listen, I'm willing to invest to get my girthy jumps. In third place, I'm going to put Anastasia Gubanova because the judges have not been kind to Anastasia. Ever since she said these girls took drugs, eh, I already told Anastasia, go buy Ekaterina that flower and kiss and make up and have her sit there in the kiss and cry with you, patting your knees. Get you that Ekaterina bonus, to get you on top of that podium because the judges just the judges don't wanna be nice to you, Anastasia. You might have to buy Ekaterina some flowers, but I'm gonna put you in third place because again, Gabanova sometimes is a hit and miss. Sometimes she's clean and the judges don't give it to her, and sometimes she's not clean and the judges bury her. So we'll have to wait and see. I want to put her on the podium, but I'm gonna put her in fourth place here because of the consistency issues. You guys all know I love Amber Glenn. The entire figure skating community loves Amber Glenn, and we want to give her the national titles. We want to give her the world title. We want to give Amber every title because her skating is that good. She's got really good jumps. Her spins are good. Her speed, her ice coverage, even if I'm not crazy about her TikTok emo songs that she seems to be so attached to. She delivers the emo songs to the most emo that she could. But the consistency. I'm hoping this is the season where Amber is her most consistent. I want to see it for her. But for now, I'm going to put her in fourth place. In fifth place, I'm going to put Nina Pelchokina. Another skater whose jumps are beautiful when they're on. Height, ice coverage, speed, another girthy. Another girthy. And Nina also has some wonderful spins, some good ice presence, nice leg kick. I like Nina. I really like Nina. In sixth place, I'm gonna put Rinka Watanabe. She's a hot or cold type of skater for me. When she's on, but most of the time she's not. This is another skater where the question does again become about the consistency. Which Rinka are we gonna get? So she could be as low as 6 or she could be as high as second. We just don't know. In seventh place, I'm gonna put Tuzhan Teng. I love this young skater. I love this young skater. Why? Because she's a completely well-balanced skater. Her jumps are good. Her spins are good. Her ice coverage is good. Her presentation is good. Her packaging is good. I love this skater. I feel like the judges have not gotten on board with me. But you know what? The judges are slow. They will eventually learn to love Ting the way I love Ting. I believe it. In eighth place, I'm going to put Lara Naki Goodman. You guys know I adore Lara Naki Goodman. She is such a unique skater. She always has some of the most interesting program, unique perspective. She's not afraid to go there and just be outside the box. And because of how skating is so boringly cookie cutter, whenever you see a Lara Naki Goodman, it just brings a lot of joy to me. Again, technically speaking, she's not there. But everything else is fabulous, and I always look forward to a Lara performance. In ninth place, I'm putting Anna Pizzita. Girthy jumps to the max. Lack of control of her jumps to the max. This is a skater who, if she ever did a quad, I would be like, wow. My jaw would hit the floor because her quads would be a quad. No question asked, because her triples, when she lands them cleanly, are triples. But she doesn't have the ability to control her jumps because she has so much power. But if Anna could ever get that under control, goodness gracious, could we have one hell of a skater on our hand. And then rounding up the 10th place for me would be Soo Young Kim. Another young skater coming out of South Korea with that South Korean jump technique. Again, can she do it? Can she land it? Can she be clean? That will determine how high or how low she is on the podium. So these are my predictions for what I think is going to take place in Lombardia Trophy. You guys let me know in the comments, how do you think this event is going to play out?